Yo guys, what is going on? Blossom's back, and welcome back to another episode of Top Drives. Now, when I was on my travels, one thing you tend to do when you're on a long, plane flight is because you have no Wi-Fi for the most part, unless you go around buying Wi-Fi and stuff. But for the most part, if you have no Wi-Fi, what do? You watch movies, you sleep, you think about everything that you can think about because you can't use your phone. One thing I like to do though is to get onto my phone and look at all the photos that I have. I have like 16,000 pictures in my phone, and I like to delete photos that I just don't care about anymore. But another thing that I like to do is to look at old Top Drives photos. Yes, and that's exactly what today's video is going to be about. I want to kind of just go back in time and look at what Top Drives used to be back in 2017 and 2018. And I think this would be a pretty interesting video if you've never played Top Drives back in the, I don't want to say golden days, but back in the old days for sure, like what the game looked like. Like for example, the old Acura NSX photo, right? That's a pretty recent change, right? So I think a lot of people still remember what the old NSX looked like. We had the Lotus XCH Cup that used to be a legendary. I think because of the most recent, was it Picture Perfect? We've become so accustomed to thinking that this car is an epic now, but back in the day it used to be a legendary, it used to be RQ86. And then we have the RQ25, yes, that's a very old one, the Jaguar, I believe is the XJ13. Until today I still think that the old photo is better than the new one, but I digress. But anyway, we're gonna go through kind of like my journey in Top Drives through pictures and screenshots that I have taken on my iPhone or iPad. So let's get into it. The first one, oh, this is an interesting one, it's the old Black Friday deals. As I'm recording this video and as you're watching this video, Black Friday should be about a month away, the third Friday or the last Friday of November, I believe, and these were the deals back in the day, 2017 in November, I believe, 6,400 trophies in my, you can tell like how old the screenshots are based off my profile picture next to my trophies. This was really, really old. That profile picture, I set that up for my Facebook in 2014. I was in like some dude's like Buick or something like that I saw at a gas station, and he was like, oh yeah, you want to go in? I'm like, hell yeah. But yeah, those are the old deals, man. Like carbon fiber, 5 times carbon fiber for 4,000 gold, a Porsche carbon fiber for less than 1,000 gold, 999. One carbon fiber for half the price, 50% off, which is 749. Then you have more carbon fibers. You get 5 for 899. We're talking about carbon fibers for just about ceramic prices. There's a little over ceramic prices. That was insane. Honestly, I would always look back at this and just be like, yeah, that was the time. I mean, obviously now we have a lot of like elaborate big deals, like, oh, here's a titanium pack that you can open for like 20,000 gold or something like that. But there's just something nostalgic about the first ever Black Friday. The fact that, Porsche was the biggest brand. I still think that Porsche is one of the best brands in the game, but I don't think we'll ever see brand specific, carbon fibers in Black Fridays anymore. There's just too many in the game, you know what I mean? Anyway, moving on. This is a really old screenshot of my garage. 7,000 trophies. I think it's around maybe December 2017, something like that. As you can see, the old RQ system, the best cars in my garage were unfortunately Audis. The Audi R6 epic and the Audi R7 epic back then when they used to be medium ground clearance, and when the R6 had like bonkers MRA, I think it still has MRA now, to be honest. And it had better handling as well, I believe. Then you obviously have things like, this Ford over here, the STI, I believe, being a super rare. Now in the game it's an ultra rare. We have 2 of the Mustangs. Those Mustang GTs used to be epics, and now that they're ultra rares again. And obviously the old RQ system. For those that don't know, the old RQ system kind of worked this way. Epics were always, all over the place. They went up to 26, sometimes 28, sometimes 30. And yeah, the fact that the Porsche 911 Turbo RQ29 was actually higher than the Bugatti Zonda F and the 911 GT2, which was just absolutely ludicrous, to be honest. Now, moving on to the next screenshot over here, a little change in how you upgrade your cars. The photo on the left is from 2017, and the photo on the right, I took it about 2 hours ago. And as you can see the difference here, the main part, well, first thing, look at the old BMW photo. I don't remember what model this is. I believe it's a super rare now. But look at how it used to kind of show the cards. It was the top speed, the 0 to 60, the handling, showed you the weight, and then the drivetrain. So you used to be able to see the weight, but now you don't see that anymore. Now it's the top speed, the 0 to 60, the handling, the drivetrain, and then the tire type. So that's another little change, which made the new top drives and the old top drives, I guess, from the good old days, or the old days and today. Now this one's a really big one. Now, one thing I realized when I was looking through all my photos was that I actually didn't take a lot of screenshots for top drives back in 2017 and 2018. I started taking a lot more screenshots when I made the Blossom Charger Instagram page, because obviously I was taking those screenshots for to post on Instagram. And so back then, when I was playing casually and posting, you know, a couple times a week just for funsies, I didn't take a lot of screenshots. But one thing that I definitely did take a screenshot of was this one right here. This is the Porsche 918 final in June 2018. And as you can see, this was my winning hand. This was back when you were allowed to use prize cars to win prize cars. So I was using the 911 Turbo, another 911 Turbo, which I unpacked during the time of the finals, so that came in really clutch. A maxed out Porsche 911 Carrera S, which is indeed 969 or 323. We have the Straßenvision, when it wasn't even called the Straßenvision back then, and the GT2 RS as well. I mean, it wasn't called Straßenvision in the game. Some of my older epics, as you can see, the Mitsubishi Lancers, right? They're legendaries now. The AMG C63 is an ultra rare now. The Audi R6 Plus, I think that got a photo change. I really don't know. That's a pretty irrelevant car. But yeah, everything else I kind of just, yeah. The cars that still exist in my garage that you see from the screenshot would be the 911, the Lancer, both Corvettes, I believe, and the Camaro Z28 from the campaign. Now, moving on. So, again, 918 finals, as you can see. This is a crazy one. Back in the day, man, back in the day, I know like about a month ago when that Mitsubishi final came out, it was top 14, right? Top 14 winning the prize car. Back then, it was top 8. You know, 9th place and 10th place. Oh, boom, bye, buddy. You're in tier 2. You know, and tier 2 meant that you were not getting the prize car. Tier 1 was 1 to 8, and that was all you're getting. I got 7th place. Back then, the ranks looked a little bit different. Like the gold is a lot more saturated and yellow now. Back then, it was a bit looking like, you know, it was more like bronze to be honest, but like it was more like gold as well. I don't know how to really say that correctly. You also didn't get a 2 times carbon fiber in tier 1. It was just a prize car and a carbon fiber, 20,600 gold. I don't think that has changed. And what's really funny is that if you've been playing since, you know, 2018, since I've played, this is not the read run of the 918, this is the first time 918, the tier 2 prize car was the Porsche Epic, right, which is now an ultra rare in the game. So it's kind of funny. So if you got tier 2 in this final and you got that Porsche and you still kept it around, not only did you have to suffer once by, you know, missing out on the 918, you had to suffer twice because you saw that Epic go down to an ultra rare. So that's a pretty interesting one as well. But yeah, that was a long time ago, and that's a very familiar name, as you can see in 8th place. Bugatti top drives. Crazy stuff right there, with that insane, honestly, win ratio. All right, moving on, we have more screenshots of what my garage used to look like. So with the Mustang as well, the Raptor, AMG C63, all that kind of stuff. And yeah, remember this one, guys, carbon fiber events. Remember that? This has been a long time. Top 2 gets a carbon fiber, and yeah, it's been a long time. Oh, top drives 40778. That's a name that I still see today, actually. Moving on, we got this one, which is really interesting. What happens when a 918 comes against a Renault Twizy on a test bowl? You get 1,000 points. It's crazy because back then this was kind of like the biggest disparity of points, but I think now, if you put like a Koenigsegg Jesko Absolute against a Twizy, I don't know what the points are going to be, to be honest. That would be massive. Maybe even 2,000. Okay, maybe not 2,000. Here's another old photo. It's the first ever Dodge Challenger SRT Hellcat that I unpacked. 1 of 6 that I've unpacked. Then, yeah, this is my American Dream garage back in the day. A lot of big changes as well. The Dodge Durango SRT being a completely wrong car. Wrong photo, and obviously now is known as the Epic 4-wheel drive all-service tire car that came in American Frontier. They changed a photo of that. The Dodge SRT4, also known as Neon, is now an ultra rare as well. The Hemi Cuda is now a rare because it got a handling cut, I believe. And what other changes? The Plymouth Roadrunner, I believe, is a uncommon now as well, and so is the Dodge Challenger, and I think even the Barracuda Fastback. So yeah, that was American Dream right at the start of the update. So that was really cool. Some pretty old cars there. Oh yeah, there's some old photos for us to look back on. The Mitsubishi Lancer Evo 10 FX400, which is also now known as the Mitsubishi Lancer Evo 8 FX400 or FX360, I think FQ, sorry, 360 or 400, something like that. But yeah, this used to be the old photo. It was a completely different car. It's a completely different car now. Got a brand new photo change, way better in my opinion. AMG 845, and of course a super rare Skyline 2000 GTR, which is now a rare in the game. Some old things as well. We have the old Jaguar XJ13, I believe. I think it's an XJ13 profile photo, whatever way you want to call it. And of course the this convertible XJR. I don't know Jaguars very well, but yeah, it's an ultra rare now. used to be an epic. And like you can see all the old numbers here, the old, you know, ranking system, 27, 25, 25, 24, 30. Basically 26 was a good thing. It meant to be a good thing, but the AMG A45 was definitely not a 26. It was really disappointing, actually. This is a really old one. Yeah, I don't really see brackets like this anymore. Truly crazy competitions, man. 89, 68, 74, 59, 66, 48, 63, 46, etc, etc, etc. That was incredible. Well, incredible, good or bad. I think it's more bad. It was very stressful, to be honest. My collection of Challenger SRT Hellcats. Yep, I had 6 of them. I still have 6 of them. Only 5 are displayed in this photo. Obviously, there was that one opening where we got 3 of the same Challengers in the same opening. And as you can see, the time difference, 2 from the same pack and 1 a couple seconds later. And yeah, I could make an entire hand of those. So that was painful when I really wanted the wide body. Here's another one, the M8 GTE qualifiers. This was the first time I really bought tickets and just like really went sicko mode. 3 hours, 51 minutes, 52 seconds. I was 26-0. 3 hours, 22 minutes, and 46 seconds. I was 51-3. Literally just playing non-stop. I remember this very vividly because it was dodge 5 times, and I wanted the best absolute position. I wanted to end it first. It was a stupid ego thing, you know, like dodge was my thing, and I just wanted to end first in the dodge competition. So yeah, that was pretty insane. And I remember joining really late, so those 26 races you did there, I paid tickets. I bought tickets to get those 26 races, and it went all the way up to 51. My goodness. Moving on. Yes, this is me basically predicting the future. I posted that video on June 11, 2019 about concept updates, and I made one called Great Exhibition. And guess what? In 2020 January, we actually got Great Exhibition. Not only did I nail the name of the update, I also nailed the cars. DBS Superleggera, which is a car that I still don't have till today, and a Bentley Continental GT, which I actually have a few of, unfortunately. Another one, more recent one that I also called was the Mitsubishi Lancer 1600. As you can see, I posted this on Discord. This was back when I was kind of making custom cards for fun. There was a small phase where I was making custom cards. I posted this back in 2021, and obviously in the most recent update in APGP, which came out this year, the car's in the game, and it's an ultra rare. And I think the craziest thing is I called the stats. I think I called the handling and the 0 to 60, and the only thing that I didn't call was, I believe, the top speed. But yeah, that was a very interesting one. Rear-wheel drive off-road tires, and I got the exact same photo. Literally the exact same photo. So those were kind of 2 moments where I kind of predicted the future of top drives, or at least that's how I like to think about it. Moving on, yes, you can see how broken the RQ system was. The Moby Dick was a lower RQ than the Porsche 911 Turbo. I can tell you more right now, I used the Moby Dick about 100 times more than the 911 Turbo. Back then, the M4 GTS was a legendary. Now it's also known as an epic, and then same thing with the Porsche 911 Turbo at the bottom as well. Another one to look back on, we have some other older stuff. Charger used to be rare, Countach used to be ultra rare, CTSV used to be legend, NSX with the old photo, the Jaguar once again, and the Exige Cup being a legendary. Moving on. Oh, this one was kind of just interesting from my perspective. I just wanted to look at this to see what were the fuse material that I had in my garage at the time. So how many cars are still with us? That's the big thing. Well, obviously these 3 are gone because I fed them into the Viper. Both Jaguar 575s are dead. I do not have them. I fused them away. This one right here, though, I believe is the 740 Li or something like that, the diesel that got a photo change. I still have that. No. I don't have that anymore. I fused it away, but I got the same car again. That was when Dimitri got it when I was at Hutch. And that, I'm actually not sure if this was before or after I met Dimitri. No, because I maxed my GTSR before I went to London. So that's not the same one. But I have that car now because Dimitri pulled it again. But yeah, never mind. That's not the same one. The Volvo is gone. The Viper is gone. The Bentley is gone. Oh, you know what though? That's the M6, isn't it? I still have that in my garage. So that stayed. The Corvette still with me. The roof, I believe, is gone, and the Lotus is gone as well. But I got it again as an ultra rare, I believe. So yeah, most of the cars are gone now. Here's another one. This one I had to max out the Pagani Huayra Tricolor. This was like less than a year ago. Let's see what cars are still here. So the Suzuki, I think, is still here. The Acura is definitely still in my holding pool. I mean, it's definitely still like known as an unlocked epic. The Zenith is gone. The 8C or 4C or whatever it is, it's a prize car. It's still there because it's a prize car, but I'm never going to use it. The Bentley's gone, the Evora's gone, the Mercedes is gone, the BTR is still there, the Vanquish is gone. So 3 of the cars at least, the Acura, 4, Alpha, Acura, Suzuki, and BTR are still all with us. Everything else I've fused away, so that's pretty cool. Some other stuff. Probably one of the best days of my Top Drives career. On my birthday, of all things, I unpacked my wide body, not once, but twice. I took the photo of the first ever wide body I've unpacked. It was the absolutely fantastic moment of the channel. And yeah, got 2 of them, and it's the same thing, honestly. I have both of them max now, though. One is drag spec, and the other one being 233. So both my wide bodies are officially fully upgraded, so that's also really nice to see. Some other stuff. Oh, this is how things used to look when you were, racing for a game. Now you don't see the background anymore. Like you can see over here, there's like, it looks like a G-force in the background. Yeah, that used to not be the case. I mean, now that isn't the case. You don't see the track set in the background anymore, and I think it has to do with like the loading times in Top Drives. Everything's a bit faster when you take that away. Back when the DB3S was an ultra rare, not only was it an ultra rare, it was RQ59. It was a mid-range ultra rare. So yeah, that was crazy. That was a time where the D-Type, I believe, was an ultra as well. Moving on now. Yes, the Ariel Atsum Owners Challenge. Something we probably won't see again. The Owners Challenge. So that's an old screen. And obviously we have the final round. Quite easy, to be honest. In the final round, I was still going up against a super rare. We don't see that anymore, where you have to come up against a super rare. But I did use a pretty decent hand. 2 legendaries, 2 epics, and an ultra rare. But you need to take note that the epic is literally 1 star, I believe. I don't think I even won that looking at a car park. I think this was just to show what the final hand looked like. But yeah, that was that. Moving on. Oh, I remember this. Yeah, I went sicko mode on grinding in clubs. On the same day, I went from 10,200,000 to 10,500,000 and then to 10,600,000. So I made like 400,000 in clubs that day. The Ford Taurus being an uncommon, and how I went to go find the ground clearance for it, and how it shouldn't be low, and so it went up to rare because now it's medium. And then obviously we had the SRT Demon beating a maxed out banana on a twisty road of all things. That was back when, the 0 to 60 of the Demon was so incredibly, overpowered, I guess, and the handling was actually decent. Now that's never going to happen anymore, but this lives rent-free in my head, man. Back then, the Demon was able to beat a maxed out banana on a twisty road, on a twisty freaking road. 11 handling difference. Absolutely crazy. It was a very close race. Here's a collection of old photos, old carbon fibers. We had the Christmas collection from 2021, and the Christmas collection from 2022. Let me know down in the comments below if you prefer the old photo or the new photo. Obviously, I prefer the old one because it has a Porsche GT3 in it. Interstellar, you have the Rabbit, Racing Royalty, Road Most Travel, Unicorns, Immortalizing Carbon. Just some of the carbon fibers that I kept around in my screenshots. Obviously, there were a lot more, but those were some of the ones that I've had. This is a huge meme moment. This was me maxing out my second wide body, and obviously we were opening those packs trying to find the new Pacific Coast Highway Dodges. We didn't get them, but we did get a lot of Lincoln Continentals. As you can see in the fuse pile. That was a painful one. But yeah, it's a bit of a meme as well. It's pretty funny. Over here, we have just a collection of my top finishes for the Audi S1, Koenigsegg Chimera, Hennessy Venom, Veneer, Peugeot 208, Charger SRT8, Pulsar, and the Cadillac Almirage. The thing about this is that I don't actually have a screenshot for every single legendary prize card that I've won, because some of them were just, taken as pictures because I was playing on my iPhone. Some of them I just flat out recorded on the channel, so you can see them as videos as well. But yeah, those were some of the ones. And then moving on from this, some of the wins that I had, as you can see, from the AMG GT4, the Audi again, the Hennessy, the BAC Mono, and the Nissan GTR LM. Now, if I remember correctly, the next slide should be the last picture, and probably one of the best things that have ever happened in the history of Top Drive. So if I remember correctly, this should be the last slide. So it should be, yes, the mushroom. Dude, this is the best. I don't know, this is the most random thing that happened in the game. But the mushroom. I want the mushroom to come back. This is probably one of my favorite cards in Top Drives. Mushroom. Mushroom! If you remember this, I don't think that the mushroom was something that, you needed to compete to get. Like, if you got a certain position, if you did too well, you wouldn't get the mushroom. You would get something else. And you needed to actually be bad at an event to get the mushroom. And I remember I wanted 1 mushroom. So, no matter what, I have a mushroom. But anyway, guys, that's gonna be it for today. So let me know in the comments below what it felt like to see all of these older screenshots, what cars used to be, how the game used to look like, how long have you been playing for as well. But let me know down in the comments below. That's gonna be it for today. Hope you guys have a great day. Stay safe, wash your hands, and blossom out. Peace.
Bro, this song just makes me so happy.
Me too.
Imagine being Asian in the 50s, looking nifty, leather jacket, looking sleek, look like Presley, look so deadly. Got a jukebox back at home, feeling jazzy, turn it on and play it slow, like the movies with the ladies.
They so fine.
Imagine being Asian in the 50s, looking nifty, leather jacket, looking sleek, look like Presley, look so deadly. Got a jukebox back at home, feeling jazzy, turn it on and play it slow, like the movies with the ladies.
They so fine.
Sit back, relax in my Bonneville Pontiac. Hold tight all night.